Okay, so the reason why your calves are not growing is because you are plantar flexing above neutral.
Assume this side as the muscle contracting and assume this side as the muscle producing force. So basically, welcome back to my new YouTube video, guys. So today we are going to talk about how we can grow the calves muscles of the gastrocnemius. So without any, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit anatomy first. So the calves mainly crosses the knee and the ankle joint. So the primary function of the calves is to plantarflex, that is bringing the heels upwards, and dorsiflex, which means bringing the heels downwards. So like plantarflex is like this and dorsiflexion is like this. Okay, so yeah, it has also the knee flexion component because it crosses the knee joint also. So it is active in the curl variations such as the hamstring curl or the lying curl, whatever you say. So yeah, so let's get deep into the video and talk about all the mistakes regarding calf training. Okay, so the first mistake that I see a lot of people doing is performing a seated calf raise variation where their knees are bent. So this machine is useless. I would more tell you the seated calf raise machine is useless. They don't train your gastrocnemius well, and they mainly train your soleus, that is the muscle below your gastrocnemius. So yeah, let's get into the another mistake I see a lot of people doing. So the other mistake I see a lot of people doing is flexing above neutral, that is plantar flexing. So you may not believe me, but the the gastrocnemius is basically not being trained in the plantar flexion portion. So let's understand the science behind that with the help of a jacket or a hoodie. So I know it may sound a little bit weird, but yeah, got a jacket here. So what I want you to do is wait. Assume this side as the muscle contracting and assume this side as the muscle producing force. So basically, what your gastrocnemius is doing in the plantar flexion portion is contracting like this, but not actually producing any force. Um, I would like to elaborate on that. So it is termed as active insufficiency when your muscle is actually contracting but not producing any force. Hence, there is no actual stimulus that is being occurred in a muscle. So there's no growth happening. We are just assuming the growth is happening, but in reality, no growth is happening. So yeah, so the solution for that is to include a only the dorsiflexion portion and not the plantar flexion portion. So going in the dorsiflexion portion and just extending up till neutral. So uh, yeah, that is it. Okay, so now let's talk about the exercise recommendation and training recommendations. So train them like any other muscle group using high frequencies, because we know that high frequencies are a lot more beneficial for muscle growth, and train them with the high intensity and low volumes. So max to max just one set or two, close to failure, or leaving one reps in reserve. So yeah, make sure you're training them with high frequency, because calves will benefit from higher frequencies. So now let's talk about the exercise selection. So something like this, or this. Grow your calves a lot better than any other calves variation, because it's stable and it's training the primary muscle action. So now let's talk about and also form cue there. Make sure when you're performing the dorsiflexion part, make sure you are stopping at about make sure you're stopping for like 5 seconds on the bottom portion, because calves do benefit from stretch mediated hypertrophy, and static stretches grew calves a lot in one study I read some days earlier. So yeah, that's it. So this brings us at the end of the video. So I hope you had a great time watching this video, and make sure you like and subscribe if you want. But yeah, I hope you have a great day. God bless.